Hey, what's up, guys? Just want to do a little video on the thrust kick. We're going to talk drills for learning proper technique and then application. I think that this is probably the most annoying move. And I mean annoying like in a good way, like it will annoy your opponents. And it's so simple, and it is I think, probably the best sparring tool for grown-ups. If you are not employing the thrust kick with great frequency in your sparring, and if you are a grown-up and somebody who wants to excel in that part of your training, you really got to get on board with the thrust kick. So we're gonna do technique first, and then the application it can be pretty simple, but then we're going to show you there's a little bit of nuance to it. We're going to talk about that too. Okay, so check it out. I've got my bench here. This is like a bench pressing, weightlifting kind of a bench. You can use a box, use a chair, just about anything. But what you want to do is get this pretty close to you and create an obstacle in front of your body. And that is going to make it so that you cannot throw a front snap kick. That if you try to throw a front snap kick, you'll bend your knee, and you'll run into your bench. I could even add, if I want to make this a little tougher, I'm going to put this box up here, right here. So now really not going to be able to throw my snap kick, but what I'm going to try to do is to bring my foot up over the top of this here and show you guys, that I always tell the kids, it's like show you the gum on the bottom of my shoe. And if you can see this a little bit more from an angle, my knee is into my chest. I'm trying to show my opponent the gum on my shoe, and then once that gets up there like that, I stomp outward, right? I stomp outward. Now I'm resting on the box just so I can talk to you about it. But if I were really doing this drill, I would stomp out, come back, and down, all without hitting the box. And that way, your technique truly is thrusting inward instead of upward. See, if you don't get, I'll move this box for just a second, if I don't fully show you the gum on the shoe, if I get more here, then to whatever extent you can't see the bottom of my foot, I'm going to end up with an upward traveling kick, which would cause you to just sort of deflect and get knocked over backwards. You really want that thrust kick to go straight in. In order to get straight in, you got to show me the gum, all right? So I'm going to see it on the bottom of your foot. Why don't you, like right now, just get a little bit of space, do 5 on each side. Put a little obstacle in your way. It doesn't have to be something that is really high, right? Like I could take this box and just have just the box or just the bench, or if you want to do something really tough, you can make it a little bit higher. And I bring my knee up, thrust back and down. All right, let's try 5 of those on one side of the body. I'll dodge them. Okay, and then the other side as well. You're going to feel this a lot. This is a real ab and hip flexor kind of a challenge to get that knee up and really in, right? It's the amount of hip flexion you can do, whatever your end range is there, is going to really factor into the kind of stomp you're going to get on your thrust kick. If you can't flex your knee higher than this, then all you can do is kick outward, right? Unless you're going to go really, really low. If you went like that, well, that's a thrust kick, but it's straight down. So it's wherever you can get that bottom of your foot pointed. And I would even use your arms to bring that in, and then stomping outward. Do not try to do the thrust kick high. I can't think of any application for that. It might look kind of cool, I guess, if you could do a really high one and hold it out there. But 99, 100 maybe percent of the time, this is a body shot in sparring where you're going in this way. Another visual is you got to kick a door down, right? If I'm going to kick that door down, can't use my side kick, boom, I would use the thrust kick, all the energy going forward, all right? Definitely put a little obstacle in your way to cause you to get that foot up, knee in, full hip flexion, boom, and then stomping outward. If you want a little extra power on this thing, one thing you can do is as you push your leg forward, move your hip forward as well, and just do a little lean back and get a little of this in it. So as you're stomping, you're also just getting a little bit of that hip glide forward, and you'll get some extra power. I remember doing a triple board break with a thrust kick. For I think my 5th Dan promotion, Grandmaster had me doing all these triple board breaks. And I was doing a bunch of other like really hard stuff, and then I got to that one, and it was just kind of a throw-in thing, like, oh yeah, okay, I'll do that thrust kick, and man, I bounced right off it on the first one. Like you have to, you kind of realize like this is a little bit harder than you think to really apply with some good force. You don't want it to. I guess if you're sparring, you know, you want to just be able to make it like a shove. But if you're breaking with it, or if you're kicking somebody for real, you would definitely want that impact, right? You want to actually hit with some power. A good way to test that, guys, is get at the school with a black bag, and really, I think with your side kick too, you want to hear those kicks. And you want, like, if you had your eyes closed and you listen, thrust kick or side kick, it should sound like a hit. It should not sound like a push. So there should be a pop that comes off the bag when you thrust into it or when you throw your side kick. If in sparring, sometimes you put your foot up on someone and you shove them, just kind of like I'm doing now with my hand, except doing that with your foot. That's fine, but make sure you can also generate some good power with it. All right, let's talk application for a minute. First of all, so remember, go back to when I said this was super annoying, right? Whenever anybody does anything, you could do a thrust kick, and you would interrupt and annoy and gain the initiative back, right? So imagine this. I'm going to throw a big punch, and you guys do a thrust kick. Ready? Oh, I'm getting kicked in the belly right then, right? All right, I'm going to throw a back leg round kick. You do a thrust kick. Oh, boom, right there. And it has to be that you throw when I throw, right? Same time. I'm going to come up and do a hook kick, and you got a thrust kick right on my hip, and you're just pushing me off balance. So if you just are always ready, push, 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 thrust, 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 with that thrust kick, then I start to think twice about lifting my foot up or coming in with a punch. Makes me hesitate, gives you more of the initiative so that you can be aggressive. Really cool countering move, works against just about anything. All right, one more quick thing with the thrust kick, and I want to show you this and actually have you practice it. Thrust kick is a great move to do when you angle off, especially against somebody who's sideways. If I come in sideways, boom, doing this kind of thing, right? My belly's over here. You could come around to where my belly is and kick it if you understood how to angle off, boom, right? So imagine right now you're sideways and I want to thrust kick you, and here you come in. I can't just go here and do it because I'll just hit your side, right? But what I would do is as you come in, I would step this way. So now here's your belly in front of me, boom, and your thrust kick. And all it is, guys, is a step. You're stepping with one foot. Let me get behind my box again so I'm not chopping my own head off. All right. I'm stepping with one foot on a V angle, immediately lifting the other foot and kicking. Efficiency is important here. Like I can't go step, step, kick because something else will be happening by that. That's like an eternity in sparring, right? So it has to be step, kick to one angle, and if I'm going the other way with the right, the kick has to be left. So you pick a stepping foot, you go to the angle, you lift the other foot, and you kick. And you just imagine that sideways belly now to you is a nice bullseye because you stepped out on that angle. All right, guys, work hard on that with thrust kick training. Nice job.